Hi, welcome to today's Vinyasa Flow. For today's practice, you are going to want 2 blocks or a thick sturdy brick will work just fine. And we're gonna get started in a 90-90 position. So that's where you're gonna take your right shin parallel towards the top of the mat, left shin parallel to the side. So starting here, 90 degrees at each one. And then as you're ready, start to walk your hands forward. This might be where you bring one of those blocks under your forearms. Noticing here if you can keep both of your hips anchored down towards the mat. So you might feel, for me, it's my left sit bone wants to reach up. So just gently pressing that down. Give yourself a full breath here, maybe even a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. And then as you're ready, pressing out of that position, hands behind you, and then other side. Left shin parallel to the top of the mat, right shin parallel to the long edge. Fold forward here. Breathing into the shape. Rooting that right sit bone down. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. And release, pressing up. And you can stay right where you are. Then we're going to add in some mobility. So either bringing those hands behind your hips or arms can be up. I don't know why I'm in this like Irish dancing position. Hands behind your hips or off the mat. And then just shifting your weight back and forth. A little hip mobility, legs going one direction and then the other. I'll switch to this side so you can see a little bit better. Just allowing your knees here to rock side to side. Again, maybe you lift your hands off the mat and then pause next time you're facing the top of your mat. Press into a tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, press away from the mat. Cat-cows here. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, round your spine. A few more rounds here. Adding in any other movement that feels good to warm up your spine. Maybe you shift your hips side to side. Maybe you press back to a child's pose. And then when you're ready, you can shift that block off the mat, giving yourself some space. Hands walk forward about a handprint and lift your hips for downward facing dog. You can pedal out your dog here. Maybe you drop your heels to one side and then the other. That feels good if my hips are a little tight. Just play around here, finding what feels good, lengthening the spine. Next, inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe a baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, pinkies spiral in. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, half lift, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Toes or knees, wherever you feel stronger. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog, tops of feet to the mat, heart pulls forward. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Give yourself about 3 rounds of breath here, really focusing on pressing into both hands equally, lifting your hips towards the sky. Heels reach towards the mat. Next breath, inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, chair, hips sink down, fingertips lift. Arms frame the face here. Weights in your heels. Maybe you even wiggle those toes. And then bring your hands to heart center. Heart pulls towards your thumbs, almost like you're sticking your butt out just a bit. Weight shifts to your right foot. Left foot lifts off the mat, figure 4 chair. Now pause here, flexing that foot. Right knee presses towards the floor. If you find it hard to get that outer hip engagement, you can always bring your hand under the knee and then press your knee into that hand, feeling that sensation. Give yourself another moment here. And then nice and slow, extend your right leg long behind you, pausing in crescent, then lower that back knee. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, right hand, well, both hands to the mat. Then left arm opens. Noticing here in this twist, can you create length across your arms, but keep your hips square towards the top of the mat. So it's easy here for me to want to shift my hips towards the left, keeping your hips square to the top of the mat. Next breath, hand to the mat, tuck your back toes, lift into crescent one more, backing or pressing that heel away from you. And then step forward to chair. Hands come to heart center. Inhale here. Exhale here. Next breath, weight shifts to your right foot, left foot off the mat. Figure 4 chair on this side. Again, pressing that left knee towards the mat. Maybe you bring your hand under for that little tension, or I should say, yeah, that tension, I guess, just to notice that sensation. Hips stay nice and low. Another breath right here. And then as you're ready, left leg extends long behind you. Arms frame the face, lowering that back knee. Hands come to the mat. Left hand stays planted. Right arm lifts. Hips square towards the top of the mat. So you might pull that right hip back just a bit. Creating space across the chest. Next breath, hands to the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, finding crescent. Back heel presses away from you. And then step forward to chair. Hips nice and low. Inhale here. Exhale, press into your heels, lengthen your legs, Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, airplane arms, squeezing those shoulder blades. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shifting your weight to your left foot once more. Right foot lifts off the mat, standing balance. Toes are flexed, knee is at 90 degrees. You can stay right here, building some strength in that ankle, or add in the twist. Right arm reaches back, left arm forward. So you're turning towards that lifted leg, creating space here from fingertips to fingertips. Next breath, return to center, arms frame the face. Exhale, right foot behind you, finding crescent once more. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, cactus arms, back knee lowers. Inhale, extend nice and tall. Exhale, cactus. Ooh. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cactus. One more at your pace. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, return to crescent. Exhale, step forward, Tadasana, hands at heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Shifting your weight to your right foot, left foot becomes light. Standing balance on this side. Taking a moment here, noticing if your right hip's wanting to shift out towards the side, gently hugging it back under your midline, should say centered under your body. Then adding in that twist, if it feels good, left arm back, right arm forward, spirit fingers optional. Breathing here, creating that space, keeping your foot rooted down through that right side. Next breath, inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, step back to crescent, pressing that back heel away from you. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus and lower. Inhale to extend. Exhale, cactus and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more, inhale, full extension. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale, step forward, hands at heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Toes or knees, inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, up dog, heart pulls forward. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to the sky. Exhale, step right foot outside of right hand for lizard pose. Now pausing here. This is where you might bring the blocks under your hands just to lengthen your arms a bit. Your goal here is to hug your right knee towards your right shoulder. So really pressing that knee into your shoulder, hugging your thighs towards the midline as you continue to press that back heel away from you. Crown of the head presses forward. Inhale here through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another round here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Next breath, step back to downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot outside of left hand. Pausing here, we're here for a bit, so maybe you bring in those blocks. Maybe you stay rooted down. Whatever works for your proportions. And then really hug that left knee towards your shoulder. Hugging your thighs towards midline. Back heel presses away from you. Legs are engaged. Core is engaged as the crown of the head presses forward. 2 of those audible breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Exhale here. Inhale, shift forward to plank position. Exhale, lower all the way down. Elbows graze the ribs. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart for Sphinx. Elbows press into the mat. Low body softens. You can always use your block here, maybe to support your chin or forehead, whatever feels better in your low back. Or you can lower down to a nice little pillow you create with your hands. Whatever works for your low back. You might stay right here, or hands come out to 45 degrees. Press into your palms for seal, lifting that heart. Now, if there's any zinging or pain in the low back, release back out of this shape. Focusing here on finding openness across the chest. So if this causes too much strain and you don't feel that openness, go back to Sphinx position. Breathing wherever works for your body. And then as you're ready, lower back down, pressing yourself back to a child's pose. Knees as wide or as narrow as works for you. Forehead rests on the mat. Inch your fingertips forward. Focusing here on creating space across the side body. So almost imagining some extra space between those ribs as you inch your fingertips forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Give yourself another round of breath here at your pace. When that's complete, walk your hands in, lifting your upper body out of the shape. Heels sweep out from under your seat. Soles the feet together. And then really finding space, pulling your heels away from your body so we can find that openness in our hips here. Inhale to lengthen, squeezing the shoulder blades. Exhale, hinge forward, then round forward. Allow your head to hang heavy. Chin tucks towards the chest. Hands might rest on your toes or even forearms under the shins if that feels good to help you in this shape. Whatever works for your body. Knees hang heavy here. Give yourself about 3 rounds of breath. Use your next inhale to lift your upper body out of the shape, and then sliding your right leg in front of left, find easy seat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, arms lift. Exhale, twist towards the right. Right fingertips prop up behind you. Left hand outside of that right knee rather. Right shoulder pulls back. Keep your spine long here. Giving yourself about 3 rounds of breath in this twist. Maybe eyes soften or close. Working at your pace. Next inhale, arms lift back to center. Switch out the leg you have in front, and then twist to the other side. Right hand outside of the knee. Left fingertips prop up behind you. Inhale here, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left shoulder pulls back. Allowing yourself to twist here in the neck just as far as feels good to feel a little stretch in the right side of that neck, but not cranking or causing any pinching. Give yourself about 3 rounds of breath here. When you're ready, next breath, return to center. Pausing here, shoulders pull up towards the ears, and then slide down your back. Eyes soften or close. Slide your hands down your thighs just a bit so your upper arm is in line with your side body. Noticing here if you can extend your inhales and exhales. Giving yourself a few moments of stillness right here in this shape. Your only job is to breathe. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Bring that awareness back to your body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together a bit more. Press the back of your head back just a bit. You might notice we have a tendency to kind of lean forward. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another round of that audible breath. Inhale through the nose, completely filling the lungs. Exhale, release that all out. We'll close with a collective breath. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for being part of this rad community, and I hope you have a beautiful day.